This Tuesday, COVID-19 testing will begin at the Mississippi State Fairgrounds. This is the view from Eagle Eye 16 over the testing area. The University of Mississippi Medical Center announced today the testing will be by appointment only. People may schedule appointments through the C Spire Health app. Through that telehealth app, users can also undergo online screenings. Doctors say COVID-19 testing will be done in a drive-through fashion.
This is not wide open testing. Anybody just decides they want to do a drive-through as if you drive through a restaurant.
It's very important for us to target these resources to the people who need it most, and that's going to be testing people who are symptomatic to make sure we can diagnose COVID.
Testing will be done 7 days a week from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. until the outbreak subsides. There will be only 128 testing appointments scheduled per day. The city of Jackson announcing 10 new COVID testing sites in Hinds County. 16 WAPT's Troy Johnson joins us live with more on the city's efforts to ramp up testing and curb the outbreak.
Yeah, the city, Keegan, is partnering with the Jackson Hinds Comprehensive Health Centers to provide those tests to residents of the area. Now, there will be 10 locations in Jackson and Hinds County, but this, again, not a situation where you can just go to one of the centers because you think you have COVID-19 symptoms. Officials say that you will have to call and be pre-screened. The number to call is 601-362-5321. If they determine that you have the virus symptoms, then they'll make an appointment for your test. COVID-19 symptoms include fever and respiratory issues, but there are other ailments like allergies, sinus, flu that have similarities to coronavirus. Officials say if you test positive for one of those, you will not be tested for COVID-19. Now, in addition to testing in the Jackson Metro, Mayor Lumumba says residents must keep doing their part.
If at this hour, because of this pandemic, you have been instructed to work remotely, if you're out of school, this is not an extended vacation. This is not a holiday season. This is not an opportunity to go out and party and unnecessarily threaten yourself and the health of others by having large gatherings.
Now, the mayor is also underscoring what the CDC is saying. Continue to wash your hands, don't touch your face, and also use social distancing. I asked the mayor in that press conference if he expected to order people to stay at home like the governors of New York, California, and Illinois are now doing. He says at this point, he is not making any of those recommendations, not changing the orders that he has now in his proclamation, but he says this is a fluid situation. Things could change. Reporting live at City Hall, Troy Johnson, 16 WAPT News.
Businesses across Mississippi are being forced to temporarily close because of COVID-19. 16 WAPT's Aaron Pickens talked to a daycare owner who wants state leaders to mandate their closure like they did for public schools.
I don't know of any child care worker that would be safe in an environment right now.
Mississippi daycare owners like Sue Harvey are making hard decisions when it comes to staying open or closing during the COVID-19 outbreak. Harvey owns Hansel and Gretel Child Development Center in Natchez, and she chose to close.
My thing is, the schools have been mandated to close. The governor does not want to mandate daycares because, yes, in fact, first responders need child care. I want the governor to do something to help me. I'm not funded by the government. I am,
self-employed, basically.
Self-employed.
The Mississippi State Department of Health oversees daycares. A spokesperson says at this time, children are at low risk of getting ill from COVID-19. For daycares that choose to stay open, all COVID-19 sanitation procedures should be followed as recommended on our website. They add, the MSDH does not make closure recommendations on its own. We work with other state agencies in making decisions. Harvey says she understands first responders and medical professionals need child care while they're on the front lines, but wants state leaders to think about businesses like hers.
I feel for the nurses. Would it be better if they opened up something at the hospitals for them, than people that would want to be willing to work to take care of them? I don't know, but I don't want to put my 13 employees at risk, nor do I want to put my 72 children at risk.
In Jackson, Aaron Pickens, 16 WAPT News.
The Mississippi primary runoff election has been rescheduled due to the coronavirus outbreak. Governor Tate Reeves said rescheduling the Republican primary runoff for the 2nd Congressional District will help slow the spread of COVID-19. The runoff was originally scheduled for March 31st. It will now be held June 23rd. Coronavirus is costing Mississippians their jobs. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams spoke with one woman now unemployed after the school she worked for shut down.
That's right. That woman tells us she worked for a local school through a temporary employment agency. Once that school closed recently because of the virus threat, she lost her job. One woman who lost her job because of coronavirus is now struggling, wondering how she's going to make ends meet.
Well, I have 2 kids that's at home every day, so I have to cook, I have to feed them, and my bills ain't not stopping because of this situation. So I still have bills coming in, I still have to pay them.
The woman didn't want to be identified. She said she worked at a metro school district through a temporary employment service. Once the school she works at closed because of COVID-19 concerns, she lost her job.
It's kind of worrisome to kind of understand where you're going to go, how you're going to get an income.
Pat Fontaine is executive director of the Mississippi Hospitality and Restaurant Association. He says concerns about the virus has already forced restaurants across the state to close.
For many, the decision to close was one of profit or loss.
And what does that mean for the employees of those businesses?
Unfortunately, they're being laid off.
The mom of 2 we spoke with came to the Wynn Job Center in Jackson Friday to apply for unemployment and look for another job.
I don't know how long we're going to be out or until I'm able to find something else.
Now, right now, we don't have any solid numbers, but the head of the Restaurant Association believes thousands of Mississippians have lost their jobs, and that could be just the beginning of the pain. Live in downtown Jackson, Ross Adams, 16 WAPT News.
A Jackson restaurant is helping its employees during this COVID-19 restaurant shutdown. Broad Street Bakery partnered with Sunrise Fresh Produce to sell fresh vegetables and baked goods. Organizers say 60% of the proceeds from the sale will go to benefit restaurant employees impacted by the restaurant's closure. Broad Street closed its stores earlier this week to help combat COVID-19.
We're going to provide another opportunity for people in this community to get produce, and we're going to provide a great opportunity for my staff as we are kind of going through this turmoil to be able to have some form of foundational money to get through what we're going through.
Owner Jeff Good also owns Sal and Mookie's and Bravo Italian Restaurant. Good says all 3 restaurants will reopen after this outbreak is over. Tonight at 10, we continue our extended coverage on COVID-19. The 10 p.m. newscast will be an extra 30 minutes long. We want to be sure you get the latest on coronavirus news in Mississippi and across the country. Plus, give you any breaking news that happens throughout the evening. Join us for a special 1-hour newscast at 10.